that song. Welcome to the Kombat AllStar Show. Of course, I am your host, Kombat AllStar. I see you guys checking out the new digs. I feel like something old, something new. You gotta change it up sometimes, so something new. This time we're gonna be talking about, well, you know how this show is typically talking about the coolest thing last month that happened. So in this show, I'm actually gonna be talking about something that was announced but hasn't quite happened yet. And that is the story of the new gods. Just so I have my information accurate, let me check on my handy dandy iTablet. So there's going to be New Gods Special number 1 that DC is actually going to be doing, and it's going to be coming out on August 2nd. So look out for that. And it's basically going to be pick up. I'm not sure if it's a retelling. I haven't actually given that information, but it kind of picks up in the world of the New Gods. So if you guys do not know about the New Gods, it's kind of long-winded, but I want to tell you about it because I'm just so excited about it. Basically, the original. Okay, we'll start with the original. The original New Gods was created by Jack Kirby. He wanted to do something that was completely outside and away from the current continuity. He wanted to do superheroes and stuff like that, but he wasn't too keen on continuing to do the same kind of stuff over and over again. So he created the New Gods. And basically, in the New Gods story, the old gods, the ancient gods, you know, Greek gods, Roman gods, all those gods clashed, had a big war, and they basically killed themselves. The planet of the gods, this one central location where all these ancient gods lived, who knew? It actually exploded, and then it came back together, formed 2 new planets, which was New Genesis and Apocalypse. So basically, the heaven or hell, gods live on both planets. Apocalypse is, you know, run by evil people, and New Genesis is run by the good people. So that's basically the premise for the New God story. In the original story, you had Darkseid. I think his name is, I don't want to screw up his name. It's like Euxis or something like that. He was next to his brother. His older brother was next in line to take over Apocalypse, and his brother wanted to show the rest of the universe that Apocalypse wasn't evil. It was just, you know, a different world, blah, blah, blah. But Darkseid, he believed that, you know, you should be ruled by fear. It should be the motivation for all life. So they had different views. What ended up happening is Darkseid ended up killing his brother so he could take the throne. He got some power, you know, depending on how you read the comics, it's a little different, but he ended up getting power to basically become Darkseid. In the New 52, they rebooted it. I think it's issue 23.1 of Justice League where they talk about his whole story. They do it in one comic, which is weird. But anyway, in the new 52 version of Darkseid's origin stories, they retell it for the first time in I don't know how many years, how many decades. But what they do is they basically say that, you know, Darkseid, his brother, and his sister, or yeah, for Darkseid's sister and then brother-in-law, I guess you would say, they're actually farmers or peasants, and the gods are basically, you know, having fun, stomping, you know, kind of, you know, like young couples kind of run through a field and pick each other up and play. The gods are doing this, the ancient gods are doing this, but it's destroying, you know, their livelihood and everything. So, brother and sister's all like, please, you know, spare us, blah, 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 blah. You know, very religious, and Darkseid's like, you fools, they don't even notice that we're down here. What are you doing? So he actually goes and he climbs a forbidden mountain and he kills all the gods while they're sleeping, one by one. And as he kills each god, he absorbs their power. And the final god, actually, you know, Darkseid's coming for him. You know, I think he's like the Zeus of the ancient gods back in the day in this story. So before he dies, he gives all of his power to Darkseid's brother-in-law, and he becomes High Father. So you have High Father, Darkseid, and then, you know, planet gets destroyed. Then the 2 new planets, they both create their own planets. So Darkseid creates Apocalypse, the High Father creates New Genesis, and that's how it kind of it goes. So it's interesting because you got Steppenwolf coming, which is, you know, he's also a god, and the new Justice League movie that's coming out, and there's so much backstory, there's so much lore. I wish they would just do a movie on Darkseid. I mean, we know that DC's taking that first step in doing a story that's all about the bad guy, you know, in the 2-part Shazam series starring The Rock, but I mean, Black Adam does deserve that. I'm not taking anything from Black Adam. He has some rich lore too. But I really hoped or wished that they would do Darkseid first, because he's just such an important character, and I would love to see his story put on Front Street, how he became a god, everything. I mean, he's awesome. There's a reason why it takes all the Justice League. They can't even beat him. They just kind of weaken him enough to throw him through a boom tube to send him back. So, back to Apocalypse. So, I would really love to see that. That would be so amazing to actually see on the big screen. Anybody, those DC execs, anybody's watching the Kombat AllStar Show right now, listen to the Combat Man. We need this. We need this. So please do it. So, as I said, with all that being said, talking about the new comic that's coming out, I know in Comixology they got all the new God stuff. I really wish they would do like a reprint, or maybe, I don't think this is going to be, I wish they would do a reprint. I wish they would do a reprint of Jack Kirby's New God series. Just new artists, make it look new and fresh and everything, update it, whatever you need to do. I know reprints, reprints, if you buy digital, it's not really a reprint, I guess it's an update. But it needs to happen. Please, if you're watching this, make this happen. I am definitely going to go back and buy all the old New Genesis stuff. I mean, I had them before, but it's always good to have that stuff digital so it doesn't go away or get lost. So, yeah, my 2 cents on it. Can't wait to see it. What do you guys think? Have you ever heard of the New Gods? Is this the first time you're ever hearing about them and their lore and their story? Are you interested now to see a New Gods movie? Were you interested before to see a New Gods movie? And you're happy that I'm talking about it. And man, Eris Quinones from Variant Comics, please do a history of. No one does a history of like you do, my man. So I want to see a history of from you. But anyway, like, subscribe, share, and until next time, y'all, so long.